Abby and Brittany Hensel's story will leave you stunned. Conjoined twins sharing one body, now facing a marriage no one thought possible. Born with impossible odds, they didn't just survive, they thrived. From teaching in classrooms to answering endless questions about their personal lives, they've defied every expectation. But now, they're taking a step no one saw coming. Tune in, because this is a story you'll never forget. Redefining the possible. Abby and Brittany Hensel. What a story. Born on a March day in 1990, these conjoined twins from small-town Minnesota flipped the script on what it means to live an extraordinary life. Now, don't let that sweet-sounding intro fool you. Their story isn't all rainbows and inspiration posters. It's also the kind of jaw-dropper that leaves people whispering, "How is that even possible?" Buckle up, because the ride's wild. Stay with us, because what we're about to reveal might just change the way you see the world forever. Being born a conjoined twin isn't just rare, it's a 1 in 200,000 kind of rare. And living past infancy, even rarer. Abby and Brittany didn't just survive, they thrived in a body they share, with 2 heads, 2 spines, 2 hearts, but just 1 torso. Imagine trying to share control of your body with another person, and not just any person, but someone with their own thoughts, opinions, and preferences. It sounds like a sitcom, but it's real life for them. As kids, they didn't just sit around feeling sorry for themselves, they got busy. Walking, riding bikes, playing sports, you name it. It took teamwork at a level most of us can barely manage during a 3-legged race. Their family, total MVPs. Their parents, Patty and Mike, decided early on that the twins wouldn't be coddled. Instead, they'd be treated like individuals, taught independence, and encouraged to find their way in a world that's not exactly designed for conjoined twins. Fast forward to their teenage years, and Abby and Brittany were already proving doubters wrong left and right. They graduated from high school, went to college, and got degrees in education. Teaching wasn't some fallback plan, it was their dream. They're out there in classrooms shaping young minds. Their students adore them, not because they're a novelty, but because they're genuinely great teachers. And who better to teach teamwork than 2 people literally living it? Of course, the world's always been nosy about their personal lives. Abby and Brittany's condition makes them a constant source of fascination and speculation. How do they date? Can they get married? What about kids? These questions aren't just casual curiosities, they're the kind of stuff that keeps tabloids in business. And when rumors about them tying the knot popped up, the internet practically imploded. Here's where it gets dicey. Marriage is a concept that's hard enough for 2 people with separate bodies and minds. For Abby and Brittany, it's a societal Rubik's Cube. They've made it clear they want to experience love and companionship just like anyone else. But for some, the idea of 2 people sharing one body navigating marriage is too much to handle. Cue the critics, pearl clutchers, and commenters trying to weigh in on a life they'll never understand. Abby and Brittany have spent their entire lives challenging the world's expectations. Why stop now? If they do decide to get married, it'll be on their terms, just like everything else they've done. And while some people might lose their minds over the logistics, others see it as a powerful statement about resilience, love, and the sheer audacity of living life unapologetically. Their love lives aside, the Hensel twins' journey has been a crash course in smashing stereotypes. Society loves to box people in, slap labels on them, and call it a day. Abby and Brittany, they've torn those labels to shreds. By sharing parts of their lives with the public, they've forced people to confront their biases and rethink what's normal. Whether it's teaching, traveling, or just showing up as themselves, they've made it clear that their condition doesn't define their worth. Speaking of worth, let's not forget the role of their community. Their parents, siblings, friends, and even colleagues have been their ride-or-die crew from day one. It's a reminder that while individual grit is great, nobody gets through life alone. Abby and Brittany's story is proof that the right support system can make even the most challenging circumstances feel a little less impossible. The bigger picture here is about more than overcoming obstacles. The Hensel twins' lives are about pushing boundaries and making people uncomfortable in all the right ways. Their story isn't wrapped up in a neat little bow. It's messy, complicated, and absolutely worth telling. Because it's real. And what's next for Abby and Brittany? Maybe they'll get married, travel the world, or write a book about their lives. Whatever they choose, one thing's for sure. They'll do it their way, and the world will be watching. Half in awe, half in disbelief, but always watching. At its core, their story isn't just about being conjoined twins, it's about the human spirit, the fight for individuality, and the courage to live on your own terms, even when the world can't quite wrap its head around it. Abby and Brittany Hensel are a living, breathing reminder that life doesn't have to make sense to be extraordinary. Now let's dive into their day-to-day life, which offers even more insight into their determination. From the outside, it might seem like a logistical nightmare. They share most of their organs, meaning every movement has to be a joint effort. But that hasn't stopped them from living as independently as possible. Grocery shopping? Done. Driving? Mastered. Yes, they drive. Each twin controls one side of the steering wheel and pedals. It's a coordination effort that would put most team sports to shame. Their careers as teachers highlight how they've embraced their unique situation to make a difference. Standing in front of a classroom might seem daunting, but Abby and Brittany do it with confidence. They plan lessons together, and their shared experience gives them a perspective most educators can only dream of. Teamwork isn't just a concept for them, it's their reality. And that's exactly what makes them so effective in their roles. As public figures, they've used their platform to challenge stereotypes about disability and individuality. It's not all positive, of course. The attention can be invasive, and the questions they face are often deeply personal. But Abby and Brittany handle it with grace, focusing on the message they want to share. That being different doesn't mean being less. Over the years, they've participated in documentaries and interviews, giving the world a glimpse into their lives. It's not about seeking pity or even admiration. They've made it clear they want to be seen as individuals who happen to share a body. Their resilience, humor, and determination shine through in every story they tell. Their ability to thrive is a testament to their upbringing. Their parents' decision to raise them as independent individuals set the stage for their success. They were encouraged to pursue their interests, challenge themselves, and embrace their uniqueness. This foundation has allowed them to navigate a world that often struggles to accommodate those who don't fit the mold. It all began in a small town where two lives shared one extraordinary journey. Shared dreams, separate passions. Born on March 7, 1990, the twins entered the world to the amazement of doctors and medical staff. Conjoined twins are rare, but dicephalic parapagus twins are even rarer. The chances of survival are slim, yet these two have continuously defied the odds.
And so I make sure that I cut away as little as I can for the back and a little bit more in the front.
Their story started in a small town in Minnesota, where their parents decided to raise them with as much normalcy as possible, despite the uniqueness of their condition. From their early years, Abby and Brittany's parents made a conscious decision to treat them as individuals who just happened to share a body. This approach meant encouraging them to develop their own likes and dislikes, personalities, and hobbies. The sisters grew up surrounded by love, with siblings who treated them like any other family member. Their parents chose not to separate them surgically, given the risks involved and the fact that they shared too many vital organs. It was a difficult decision, but one that ultimately allowed the twins to thrive as they are today. The day-to-day logistics of living as conjoined twins require constant communication and coordination. From brushing their hair to getting dressed, every task involves a level of teamwork that most people could never comprehend. Imagine having to agree on every single action throughout the day. What to eat, what to wear, where to go, and how to get there. For the sisters, this is just life. They have to communicate clearly and constantly. And over time, they have developed an almost telepathic understanding of each other's needs and intentions. One of the more impressive aspects of their lives is their ability to play sports. Growing up, the siblings were involved in activities like volleyball, swimming, and cycling. Participating in these sports required them to move as one, to react instantly to each other's movements, and to trust each other completely. Volleyball, for instance, demands agility, quick reflexes, and coordination. They developed their own way of playing, compensating for their unique physical limitations with unmatched teamwork and determination. Their journey through school was another area where the twins had to navigate challenges that others might not even think about. They attended a regular school, and their classmates quickly adapted to having them around. Teachers also played an essential role in ensuring that they had the support needed, both academically and socially. Despite the extra attention their condition brought, they managed to make friends and participate in school activities just like any other students. They were active in extracurricular activities, and their classmates admired their resilience and positive attitude. The footage also offers a glimpse into the challenges they faced as they moved into adulthood. After graduating from high school, they attended Bethel University, where they pursued degrees in education. College life presented new challenges, living away from home, managing their studies, and figuring out their future careers. But as always, the sisters approached these challenges head-on. They were determined to become teachers and worked hard to achieve that goal. After earning their degrees, the twins began their teaching careers. They took a job sharing a single full-time position, teaching 4th and 5th graders.
We're still getting interviews and looking for jobs.
Need instructions, girl?
No, I have it done already. Need instructions, Mom?
This arrangement allows them to bring their unique perspective to the classroom while managing the physical demands of their shared body. The footage shows them interacting with their students who clearly adore them. They have a natural ability to connect with children, and their students see them as role models who demonstrate the importance of perseverance and teamwork. One particularly touching moment in the footage shows the sisters discussing their teaching style. Each brings her own strengths to the classroom. One tends to be more focused on math and science, while the other enjoys reading and art. Together, they create a balanced and dynamic teaching environment that benefits their students. Their ability to work together seamlessly in the classroom is a testament to their lifelong practice of cooperation and communication. As they navigate their teaching careers, they also face the realities of their medical condition. Their shared organs, particularly their liver, continue to be a concern for their medical team. The footage captures conversations with doctors who are closely monitoring their health, always on the lookout for any signs of complications. The twins understand the risks they face, but they refuse to let those risks define their lives. They are committed to living as fully and independently as possible, despite the uncertainties that lie ahead. Their determination to live life on their own terms is evident in every aspect of their lives. From the way they navigate their daily routines to the way they pursue their passions, the sisters embody resilience. The footage shows them enjoying time with friends, going on trips, and participating in activities that bring them joy. They have a close-knit group of friends who have been by their side for years, providing support and companionship. These friendships are a vital part of their lives, offering a sense of normalcy and belonging that is crucial for their well-being. Their family has always been a source of strength for them. Their parents made countless sacrifices to ensure that the twins had the best possible quality of life. The footage includes interviews with their parents who speak about the challenges and rewards of raising conjoined twins. Their father talks about the practical challenges, like modifying equipment to accommodate their unique needs, while their mother reflects on the emotional journey of watching her daughters grow and thrive despite the odds. One of the most poignant moments in the footage is when the siblings reflect on their relationship with each other. They acknowledge that while they are incredibly close, they are also two separate individuals with their own thoughts, feelings, and dreams. They have had to learn how to balance their individual desires with the reality of their shared body. This balance is not always easy, and there are times when they disagree or feel frustrated. But through it all, their love and respect for each other remain unwavering.
We're having pretty ducks. It's gonna be pretty crazy.
Abby and Brittany's journey takes an unexpected turn, bringing new challenges to their relationship. Marriage and boundaries. Recently, Abby got married, just Abby. But Brittany is right there, literally attached to her side. How does this even work? For one thing, they share a pelvis, so whatever goes on with Abby in the bedroom, Brittany is there for it, whether she likes it or not. Think about that. A marriage that involves only one of them, yet the other twin is physically involved in every aspect. How do you even navigate something like that emotionally? It is almost unimaginable, but here they are, doing it. I would love to know what kind of conversations must go on behind the scenes. How do you agree on boundaries in a situation that does not have any clear boundaries to begin with? The whole idea of marriage and intimacy for conjoined twins raises a million questions that no one really has the answers to. According to reports, they have one set of genitals, and apparently both twins feel everything that happens down there. The logistics of this are mind-boggling. Do both of them experience sensations the same way? Does Brittany just tune out while Abby is with her husband? Do they both get something out of it? There are no straightforward answers, and honestly, it is nobody's business, but curiosity about how they make all of this work is natural. The twins have separate brains, but a shared body, and that makes every aspect of their lives, from the mundane to the intimate, a cooperative effort unlike anything most people can even imagine. What is wild is that these twins are out there living their best lives, while the rest of us are out here worrying about the most trivial problems. There is a lot of talk about how people feel anxious just leaving the house or microwaving a meal, yet here are Abby and Brittany out there teaching, driving, shopping, and one of them is even married. They are literally walking into classrooms full of children every day. Children who, let us be honest, are not known for their tact. They are getting stared at in grocery stores, and yet they are just out there living. It is a stark contrast to all the complaining about anxiety and discomfort that we hear so much of nowadays. These two have made a life, a complicated, fascinating, and sometimes downright confusing life, and they seem genuinely happy. They are not just surviving, they are thriving, and that is more than a lot of people can say. It is also worth considering the emotional resilience it must take to manage all this. Think about it. Abby found someone she wanted to marry, and that person also had to be on board with not just her, but her twin, literally and figuratively. That is a relationship dynamic that is unprecedented. How do you even begin to fall in love in that kind of situation? It must require a depth of understanding and empathy that is practically unheard of. Does the husband have a relationship of some kind with Brittany too? Does she just hang out quietly while Abby and her husband are having a moment? Or do they all have some kind of unspoken agreement about giving each other privacy?
Don't you want to have me?
Are you enjoying your time on the lake?
Honestly, there are probably layers to this relationship that none of us will ever understand. What about Brittany then? She is just there, not married, but living through everything that her sister experiences. It is like the ultimate third wheel situation, but it is her life. She has no choice but to be there for all of it. I cannot help but think about how she must feel. Is she happy for her sister, or is there some level of resentment even if she would not admit it? The two of them have shared everything since birth, but sharing a spouse has to be next level weird. It is honestly kind of a miracle that they have made it this far without any major fallout, at least none that we know of. It is funny how people react though. There has been a lot of buzz online with folks saying things like, if they can find a husband, why cannot I? And it is kind of a valid point. Here are these two in a situation that is so far from ordinary, finding love, while so many people out there complain that dating is too hard or that nobody is good enough. It just goes to show that love really can find a way, even in the most unlikely of circumstances. And then there is the bigger picture. Abby and Brittany Hensel are living examples of what true resilience looks like. They have been through more challenges by the age of 34 than most people face in a lifetime, and they are still smiling, still working, still building their lives. While some folks are out here complaining about how hard it is to order takeout or face the world, these two are out there living, driving, teaching, getting married. They are facing challenges head-on, not hiding from them, and that is something we could all take a lesson from. If Abby and Brittany can navigate life and love so boldly, what's stopping the rest of us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.